Welcome to Marriage Minutes. Today is day 9 in our 40-day series on how to get on the same page in your finances. Today's verse is Amos 3:3, and it says, "Can two people walk together without agreeing on the direction?" And we have used this verse before a couple of times because it really says a lot. The topic for today's episode is the first money conversation every couple must have.
And so this is an important conversation, whether you've been married a day, you're getting ready to get married, or you've been married for 10 years and maybe only one person handles the finances, or maybe it's a separation where you handle each of your own finances, which we'll get into later. But the first money conversation is just being honest about where you're at, right? Being honest about your debts, being honest about your bills, and really taking a good hard look at all the things. Also, share your dreams, not just your bills. Talk about what your financial goals are. Talk about the different areas that you want to give and contribute to society and your local community. And that can speak into what your financial values are. And that should be something that you guys talk about. Discover what your financial values are, what the priorities are, what that looks like, and have that written down so you have a plan. And you should do that before you ever get to a budget. It'll be much easier to get through and write down a budget if you guys talk about know what your values and priorities are financially.
It's good to talk about the good with the bad. So you want to have some balance in these conversations. You want to talk about where you've been, what debt you're bringing in, like Daniel said, and what your bills look like. But you also want to balance that with some good, with the dreams and the goals and the plans for the future. You need to have a balance.
Absolutely. And ultimately, unity in direction is much more important than the numbers. So we want to be on the same page with our values, our priorities, what the bills are, what the dreams are, what our fears are. That way we can be moving in the same direction. And that's much more important than what the numbers are. So that is important to realize and just have communication so you can be on the same page in those areas.
The verse says you need to be moving
in the same direction.
You need to agree on the direction in order to walk together. So it's very important. So our challenge for you today is to each share one financial dream and one financial fear. So maybe it's a dream about giving, a dream about travel, a dream about being debt-free. And financial fears are maybe fear of loss, fear of being in too much debt, fear of not having enough. That's very real. And so whatever it is for you, each of you get together, share one dream and one fear when it comes to your finances.
And that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell so you can get notified every time an episode comes out. And we'll
see you tomorrow.